Hello everybody! Welcome to World Monologue Games. You are watching the regional finals of WMG 2022 and this is the main professional category. My name is Pete Malicki and I am the founder of World Monologue Games and your host. So I'm just going to run through a few quick things and then I will hand over to our amazing Australian and Kiwi performers. We are running 21 shows across 6 categories in the regional finals this year, featuring a total of around 300 performances. This main professional category is for monologues that run for 1 to 2.5 minutes, performed by actors who have nominated themselves as being professionals, whatever that means, as opposed to amateurs. It's just a self-assessment, so whatever the performers feel comfortable with. You will see some strong language and adult themes at the game, so please be warned if you are sensitive to any particular content that it might be in tonight's show. We do sometimes see the same performers more than once at the games because they can submit as many times as they like, and sometimes the judges really like them and put them through multiple times. You might also see the same monologue being performed more than once because we let them pick whatever they want for their script. Now, you guys, as our viewers, do get to vote. I will come back on at the end of the show and explain how that works. You get to pick your 2 favourite performances for 48 hours from the end of this broadcast. If you would like to show us a little bit of love, hit the like button or give us a subscription, or please leave a chat message or a comment if you're not watching live, and our actors in particular really appreciate the encouragement and feedback. Alright, that's probably enough from me for now, so I am going to hand over to our performers. But for now, I'd like you to sit back and relax and enjoy World Monologue Games 2022 Regional Finals, main professional category, Australia and New Zealand.
This guy comes in the cafe that I go to and he starts chatting to the owner, and I immediately hate him. You can just see the entitlement in his eyes and you can smell it on his stupid leather jacket. He's one of these kind of people that just thinks that he can charm everyone around him with his goofy fake smile and his dumb oversized mouth. Anyway, he sits down and he pulls out a laptop and a thermos. I mean, who brings a thermos to a cafe? You're supposed to actually buy a coffee, not bring one. It looks like he's settling in now, like it's his own free office space, and he calls out, "Hey Marty, I'll have one of those cupcakes, bro." Marty? I've been calling Martin for 2 years. I'm not going to give the guy a stupid nickname he's obviously going to hate. So I stick around because I just want to see how long this entitled wanker is going to stay in his free office space, right? 2 hours. 2 whole hours, can you believe it? I stay around about 3 minutes after he goes because I don't want to look weird. And I pay Martin and I head out. Well, he's not there the next day, but he comes back Thursday and he's there for 2.5 hours this time. And then he starts coming in 3 days a week and he's getting real chummy with Marty. And now I'm drinking coffee twice every visit because, well, I just want to show Martin that I'm a much better customer than Mr. Thermos guy, right? Pretty soon this guy is there every time that I'm there and it is really messing with my cafe feng shui. That square-jawed, charismatic used car salesman, fucking wanker in his buddy ways. Yeah, I came here to change my environment and to refocus, and now all I can think about is how angry this jerk makes me. Love your jacket. He's looking right at me. What? Love your jacket. It's pretty sweet on you. I'm actually pretty jealous. Oh, thank you. I really love your jacket too. It's leather. Oh, I mean, I know it's leather, but it's good leather. Yeah, well, I'm going to jet, so see you next time? Yeah, all right. So David, he packs up his laptop and his thermos and the good leather jacket, and he pays Marty $10, and he doesn't even pick up his change or look back at me once. I hate that fucking wanker. Bitter.
I got over there on a boat crowdfunded by some student activist group. You know, the kind that use their conflict resolution training to argue about whose turn it is to do the dishes. I quietly approached the fence. It's tall, it's reinforced every 5 meters with steel bars, it's bent over at the top to stop people from climbing over. I can hear the guards talking nearby. I find a dip underneath, I cut through. I don't have much time. The sky's got that pre-dawn softness to it. I grab my camera and round a corner and I see him. Blood spilling out of him. Just a boy. Barely 15, but drowned in his own blood. His body shattered because his spirit was so thoroughly fucking destroyed by this place. See the dent in the roof where he jumped. I scream, devastated. Didn't know I could make a sound like that. Next thing I know, there's a commotion. The activist kids are pulling me out through the fence. We're running down to the dinghy. The sky, sunrise is piercing through the sky, and it's yellow and orange. And all I can see is that boy's blood. I killed him. Those kids killed him. Every fucking Australian citizen killed him. We have a government that locks up innocent people fleeing a war. And what the fuck have we done about it? So no, I didn't get any fucking photos.
One night I dreamt I was a dog. The moon was out. I could smell it, ice white metal smell. I could smell the paving stones, wet, sharp. And the tarmac road made my dog teeth tingle. It was aniseed rubber. And then the lampposts are glittering with smells. They were studded with jewels of sharp, sweet spice, wood, metal, meat. And the stars pierce my dog nose like silver wires. A woman came out of her house, sickly the smell of her, rotten she smelt of armpits and babies and fish and 100 other things screaming at me like a brass band. I knew what she'd had for her tea. I knew she was pregnant. I could smell it. She didn't see me, walked right on by. Thought I was just a dog. I laughed a quiet dog laugh. You think I'm a dog, but I'm Billy. I'm me. The night smells of soot and frost and petrol and beer. I'm at my own door now. I don't need to see it. It comes to meet me. A cacophony. The smells are dancing towards me. The smells of home. I'm inside the house now. Hot citrus smell of electric light. My wife, my daughters stand up as I enter the room. Oh, home. The smells I love. All the glittering, shimmering background smells. And the two I love the most. The two that fill the room like a siren. One of them is fear. Burning tires, vinegar, peace. And the other one is the smell of blood matted in Mary's hair. I gave her a good kicking before I went out.
One of you beautiful people is gonna die tonight. Did you sick bastards really think you could get away with it? Did you? Did I ask you to speak? You smell like skunk, you know that? Fucking pothead. You should be proud of yourselves. One of you has single-handedly sent this town into utter fucking chaos. The big dog has left the station, and you know what follows? Another fucking big dog. Pop quiz, motherfuckers. Do I look Italian to you? Do I look like a fucking Italian stallion to you? I'm the first one they come after when the shit hits the fan. Now I don't need the hawks or the crows after my head. So, you two men are gonna put on your big girl pants and sort this out yourselves. Crazy Russian style. Now, I don't know which one of you thought it would be a good idea to put a fucking bullet in Mickey Moretti's head, but if I come back to look at me, if I come back tomorrow and one of you isn't dead, I'm gonna make you both wish you were.
Oh, here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. Oh, I hear it sing. The wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, who looks like a foul bombard who would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What are we here? A man? Or a fish? Dead? Or alive? A fish. Oh, it smells like a fish. Very ancient and fish-like smell. A kind of not the newest Poor John. Strange fish. You know, were I in England, as once I was, and it had but this fish painted, well, not a holiday full there, but would give a piece of silver. There would this monster make a man. Any strange beast there makes a man. When they will not give a doit to relieve a lame beggar. Oh, they will lay out 10 to see a dead Indian. Legged, like a man, and fins like, or arms. Warm! Oh, my truth! Oh, I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander who hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Oh, alas, the storm has come again. Oh, my best way is to creep under his gabardine. Well, there's no other shelter hereabout. Oh, misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past.
Congratulations, Brian, on your promotion. Very proud day and worthy recognition of your policing career. I was thinking about something that you said to me yesterday, and I've given this a great deal of thought. Although you've dealt with different types of criminals over the years, granted, now that you oversee the Pedophile Investigations Unit, you will get to experience the sick depravity of these monsters up close. This is a topic close to my heart, not only as outgoing police commissioner, but as a devoted grandfather. This is not the sort of welcome gift you might be expecting, but let me explain. I prepared this report for you in the hope it might give you a head start on your first day. Last week, Stephen Drysdale, first-time pedophile, was released after 5 months in prison. He is required to report to police regularly, but outside of that, his movements are unknown. He lives here in Gosford, and although the courts have taken out a restraining order that he not go within 400 metres of a school or park, we are concerned that this man will not comply. Unfortunately, it gets more complicated. Drysdale is the 4th pedophile in as many years to be released into our community, and our investigations unit has linked another man to Drysdale, alleged serial pedophile Glenn Jenkins, or as the media call him, Mr. Bubbles. The increasing use of social media has seen these men change their tactics, although we have convicted many of them using the same technology against them. However, while we can convict and imprison many of these monsters, it is our legal system which is failing in their duty of care. And sometimes our communities are left exposed and frightened. Nothing is more important than the safety of our children. Look, I brought this to your attention today because I learned that Drysdale works in a takeaway shop opposite the local swimming pool. The same swimming pool you told me both your granddaughters attend.
I haven't been here since the funeral. I wasn't sure I was going to come today, but work brought me up around the corner and I felt kind of weird not to. I don't really talk much to anyone. Except you. It's funny, isn't it? There was a moment there where I just felt like I knew so many people. You know what I mean? Like I just had all these friends. And I come back here now and I don't know who to call. And people talk a lot about friends. But in all honesty, I don't think friendship means all that much. People move away for a few years or stop drinking and sort of just fade away. And it's weird with S because it's like we kind of locked in this friendship, but right where it ended, you know? And if she was still here, we may have drifted away. We probably would have. I've always been terrible with staying in touch. And yet here I am. And I still think about her every day. And it doesn't get any easier.
Good evening, officer. Yeah, we could do that. You could ask me for my papers and I could tell you that the car's not mine, that it's borrowed. See where things go from there. You could do that. Or you could get in your car and drive away. Because there are some roads you just don't go down. Maps used to say, here be dragons. Now they don't. That doesn't mean there ain't no dragons. How old's your kid? Let me tell you how this is going to happen. Officer Brimley. I'm going to wind up my window and drive away. You're going to go home to your daughter. And every few years, you'll look her in her face and know that you're still alive. Because you chose not to drive down a certain road on a certain night. That you chose to walk into the light and not the darkness. Do you understand me?
Man, I'm gonna miss us, bro. Getting in all kinds of trouble doing dumb shit with you. I remember that time I dared you to run past that cop naked, and you just got out the car and started hauling us right past him. Man, I'll never forget how funny it was seeing a cop on a horse chasing after you down the street, butt-ass naked with your ass cheeks just glistening in the moonlight. Oh man, that image is just permanently seared in my brain. You know, Mom, she hates my guts right now when I come to the funeral. I think it's because I don't love you enough. The truth is, I loved you the most. I just couldn't do it. I think it's because a small part of me just didn't want to believe that you were gone. I hope you're potting up the storm up there, bro. Because when I get up there, I'm gonna kick your ass for leaving me so soon. I just hope you know that I loved you every day. And I always will.
Thanks for coming. I honestly didn't think you'd show up after last night. Does Katie know you're here? Not that it matters, I doubt she cares anyway. Look, when Katie and I started this lie, it was just meant to be about me getting closer to Grace. I thought because of our history together we'd always be friends. We've been neighbours since we were kids. I thought she'd always just see me that way, even after what happened last year. I should have known what was going to happen, but I get it. I was too caught up trying to impress someone that wasn't even interested in me that I didn't even stop to see Katie. Right there. Waiting for me. Did you know she liked me? It was that obvious, wasn't it? I really should have known. I'm so used to messing things up with people that I care about. I don't want it to be the same as always. Look, I know she's going tonight. I just have to tell her how I feel. I want to be with her. I was always meant to be with her. No one has made me as happy as she does. No one's made me laugh like she does. I never would have sung karaoke, gone roller skating, because I was too busy trying to look cool or impress people. I want to be with her. I'm so sorry I hurt her, Ash. I won't make that mistake again. Listen. I think I have an idea of how to fix this. She just has to wait until the fireworks, okay? I'll fix this.
So the cops got me, and I'm sent to a shrink. He tells me I have an unresolved problem with my mother. I think, hello. He's not going to tell me to do something eatable, like fuck her or something. But that wasn't the problem. I had to stand up to her. So I thought about it, and I realised I had to treat it like a boxing match. Get the first punch in, so to speak. She had 5 cats. One night, I rounded them up, put them in a cage, doused them with petrol, and I put a match to them. Oh boy, what a racket! They were running around the backyard, burning and howling. There's no such thing as grace under pressure for a burning cat, let me tell ya. I hid in the shrubs when Mum came outside to see what was happening. Totally freaked out, she did. 5 of them, running around the backyard like mobile bonfires. I figured I'd wait a couple hours till the cats were dead and Mum was feeling a bit sorry for herself, and I'd go and knock on the front door and say, "Hi, Mum. I've come to talk about our unresolved conflicts." But oh no. One of those cats ran into the house. Within a couple of minutes, the whole bloody house was alight. Within half an hour, there was no bloody front door to knock on. If it wasn't for that fucking cat, I wouldn't be here. Anyway, I'll go use the dunny now that Fatty's warmed up the seat. See you around.
I remember the first time I met him, a real gentleman. Got married within the year. He never laid a finger on our children or me, or raised his voice. Except for the one time when I wasn't looking, I nearly got run over. He yanked me back to the curb, yelling, "Look before you cross the road." Then he hugged me and said, "I'm sorry I got mad, but I panicked. Please be careful." He had a wonderful mind. Loved his crosswords, his mind-stretching games. At first, the lapses in memory were slight. I remember laughing when he said, "What is this called?" holding up a carrot. The horror on his face showed me he wasn't joking. "It's a carrot, dear," I replied gently. "Of course," he muttered. This was the onset of a series of "What is this?" Worried, we went to the doctors. We spent a small fortune on natural medicines supposed to improve memory. I thought they were working till he phoned me up one afternoon when I was at work. Panic-stricken, he said, I'm standing here with a cord in my hand and I don't know what to do with it." He was holding the kettle cord. He was trying to make a cup of tea. I came straight home and booked another specialist appointment. After a series of tests, he was diagnosed with a brain tumour. Inoperable. We overcame many hurdles in our marriage, but I was not prepared for 6 months of absolute hell. He became unrecognisable. Lost his temper over minute things, swore, lashed out. At least we are now all at peace.
Yeah, I'm ready to give my statement. So we come back to Ballarat, and Sophie was put in the special care nursery, and I noticed that something wasn't right, and I kept telling the nurses, and they kept telling me I was being paranoid, and then all of a sudden she just stopped breathing, and this doctor came in and he told us to get in the car. He told us to get in the car. He said it'd be a lot quicker, and I didn't. I wanted to stay with Sophie. I wanted to go in the ambulance with her. But he said it'd be a lot quicker if we just got in the car and started driving to Melbourne right now. And so we started driving. I was with Jeremy. And I was driving. And I remember seeing this ambulance zooming past us, and that feeling of our baby's in there. And in that moment I just wanted to speed and chase, and I thought I could keep up with this ambulance. I haven't even seen Sophie. Like, is she okay? Jeremy, is she okay? Oh no. A baby? No, Jeremy, no. Not my baby. I need to see her, please. Please let me see her, please. Oh, Sophie.
They say that true love never dies. I remember that time you came to see me play cricket. You were 16 and I was maybe 17. Yes, I was 17. You cycled there wearing that ridiculously short skirt. You leaned over your handlebars so that your loose top gaped, showing your... Both teams stared. You knew that, didn't you? We made love on the front of my VW Beetle. It was too cramped inside and we were feeling daring. Your parents didn't want us to marry, but we did. They accepted me eventually. Yeah. And then you were pregnant. Oh, he was so... Everything changed. Those midnight feedings and watching him sleep. Remember that time he smeared his pooey nappy all over the place while we slept? Saturday mornings at Little Athletics. We moved to the UK. Oh, that was really hard on you. Remember that fortune teller? She said so many things that came to pass. One thing that I recall was She said she couldn't see us lasting after a major event. She wasn't very clear, but I think I know what it was now. I see you with him. I see you walking and talking and eating and sleeping with him every day. I hate him. You're mine. I want to kill him. No, I don't want to kill him. I just want you back. If it wasn't for the accident, we'd still be together, happy. But I know that's impossible now, isn't it? I know that. I died in that fire.
I've seen a lot of memes trying to tell me how good it was growing up in the 70s and the 80s. Memes like a photograph of bikes on the ground with words like, "This is how we found friends in the 80s, yeah." Or a photograph of a wall phone saying, "Hard to believe we didn't know who was calling when we picked up, yeah." Middle-aged folk feeling nostalgic post this kind of dribble. Short-term memories, I say. That are Alzheimer's. So, let me recap for you, okay? Now, when I was a kid, we had 3 commercial channels, and they were black and white until I was 10. We had no binging back then, of course, and your seatbelt was your mum doing that. Your car seat was actually made of vinyl and you stuck to it in summer. Air conditioning was a window and your music was AM radio, or in my case, that was talkback radio. You had nothing to do on a road trip except poke your brother until he cried. If you had a camera, you had 24 photos, 36 if you were rich. But you had no idea whether any of the 1 or 2 photographs of your event were in focus until you got the film back from the chemist. Now let's go back to that nostalgic phone call, and the one on the wall. You had no chance of privacy with that phone, and if your friend phoned, then there was no choice but for them to talk to your parents first. Simpler times, eh? Simple times when Rolf Harris was cool and Bill Cosby was cool. Riding a push bike without a helmet, cool. Skateboard without shoes, cool. Smoking was cool. Sunburn was cool. And priests were trusted. Now back then they said that school would be the best time of your life. Now, whoever said that never went to my school. If you had an assignment without Google, you had to go to the library. But every other kid in the school was doing the same assignment, so there was nothing there. Try writing an assignment in longhand without spell checker. Now, it's on point these days for film and TV to be set in the 80s. Stop it! It wasn't fun. These were the modern dark ages. Now I want to see a show of hands of who out there of my age wants to give up all of this technology to go back to that. Except for the music. The music was a given.
Hey babe, tell me what you wanna be. Float your mind and listen to the beat. Rockin' to the levels, you're so fortunate free.
Congratulations to our Aussie and Kiwi performers. Thank you very much for putting on the great show. Okay, so guys, you do get to vote now. I'm just going to publish a change to the description of this video on YouTube. So there is now a link to a voting form. You have 48 hours from the end of this broadcast to vote and select your 2 favourite performances. Just a friendly reminder to our performers, please don't share the voting form link, just share a link to the YouTube video. You can find this in the description, the voting form. Just hit the little down arrow at the bottom of the screen or the show more button and you'll see it there. We have another 3 shows in the main professional category coming up this weekend. We've got 2 shows on tomorrow evening and 1 show on Sunday. That's 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time, Sydney Australia time tomorrow, and 1 show at 8 o'clock on Sunday. If you're keen to get involved, we have a few different ways you can do that. We've got World Monologue Games next year, of course. You can register already. We have a film festival, the World Monologue Film Festival. That's coming up in May next year, but submissions are open, so you can check that out. There are links to all of these things in the description of this video, and the final 6 days to register for Last Man Standing, our intense acting challenge where you get a script at the beginning of every day in November, and you have 24 hours to learn, film, and submit, and then do it all again over and over and over and over until everybody gets knocked out. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you at our shows tomorrow night. Ciao.